We have 2 of them in Akron.
Yeah, they're cool, though.
King of the lizards.
Somebody got attacked down in Akron. They kind of, some of them aren't that big, and some of them are big.
Alan, you should do the next voiceover for a nature documentary. Some of them are big.
Some of the Komodo dragon species are big. Others are not big.
Obviously.
Yeah. Some of them reach a maximum length of 3 meters, and some of them do not.
Yeah, somebody got chomped. An employee at the Akron Zoo is recovering after being attacked by a Komodo dragon. Bitten multiple times in the zoo's Komodo Kingdom Employee Service area. Show me on your body where the Komodo dragon hurt you, sir. The team member is currently recovering at home, they say. OSHA had to do an investigation. Found out that they didn't do anything wrong. There were no violations of safety standards. They just have to figure out what happened. They didn't say which one. They don't want to pin the blame on one of them. They don't want to throw these Komodo dragons under the bus. They have 4-year-old Jasper down there. And they have 13-year-old Padar. And they're not saying which was which. But if you go to the Akron Zoo in the very near future and you find out that they are down to 1 Komodo dragon, you will know what happened. That employee has gotten revenge. Let's say you get down there and you see him walking around in brand new shoes. Oh, boy. You're going to know what's... You're going to know... or a Komodo kimono, maybe.
A motomono.
A motomono. Komodo dragons are solitary animals, can reach up to 10 feet in length and weigh between...
Only some of them.
Only some of them. Others are not.
Are small. Yeah.
They weigh, on average, between 150 and 300 pounds. That's a pretty wide... mock me all you want, but that's a pretty wide range, too. You think you'd be able to narrow it down a little bit. Yeah, there's a 150-pound differential with these animals. All right, well, I'd love to narrate a nature documentary.
I think you should do it.
Oh, that'd be great.
Good. Oh. Give us a little.
Huh?
Give us a little bit.
Oh, I don't I mean, what am I going to...
Let's see. A deep sea documentary with those fish with the lights on their head. Like the bioluminescence.
Oh, the lamprey fish or whatever? Yeah. Fish with lights on head.
Yeah. Do a quick Google search.
The anglerfish. Yeah. The creepy anglerfish. I mean, what's the music for the nature documentary?
Usually some kind of something that reminds you of a deep ocean.
Oh, a deep ocean.
Dulcet tones.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how dulcet my tones are.
A little vibey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
good.
that?
Yeah, this is good. Yeah. This is very underwater.
This is deep ocean,
this is deep ocean nature documentary.
Few wonders of the sunless depths appear quite so ghoulish or improbable as anglerfish.
Why are you doing that little voice?
I like it.
Just do your regular voice.
Creatures that dangle bioluminescent lures in front of needle-like teeth. Typically, the rod of flesh.
I'm playing them Saturday night on 2 hours to midnight.
Rod of flesh!
Yeah!
Typically, the rod of flesh extending from the forehead glows at the tip. Anglerfish can liggle.
Anyway.
Come on.
Yeah,
I also glow at the tip. Hey.
Anglerfish can wiggle the lure to better mimic living bait. Most species can open their mouths wide to devour prey whole, using their fangs not only as daggers but as bars on a cage. Some can open their jaws and stomachs so wide as to trap victims much larger than...
I don't know why this got so angry, but,
It's good. I like it.
The creepy anglerfish. Well, I'm going to call my girl and tell her to get to work on that. Say, start pitching me for some
Nature docs.
documentaries. Yeah. I don't need any more AutoZone campaigns.
I have a friend
You
who's
can do both.
she's a full-time, she does comedy and voice acting full-time, and she just sent me, her and I were at a show last night, we were talking, and she sent me info, and she's like, dude, you should do this, take this class. And then there's like this specific one that she took, she was like, it gets you in, like they're really good, they have all the like hookups to agencies and like for voiceover work and stuff like that, and so I'm gonna look into that.
You should.
I mean, it's like
cartoons
so easy.
always. I mean,
Every time people hear your voice, like I've been playing the audio for the intro for my special, they hear you introduce me, and they always go, Mary sounds like a cartoon. She should do cartoons.
Yes.
I would love to do cartoons.
A lot of girls should do that.
You know what is so funny? I had never seen the show Big City Greens.
My
I don't know
daughter
if you guys...
loves
My
that
nieces
show.
love Big City Greens.
Yeah.
So back in November, December, when I was staying with my sister, I was listening, and Tilly Green is a mixture of the voice I do for Bill and my Ruth Langmore. And so I can get pretty close to a Tilly Green, and my nieces loved it. Like, because she has kind of that nasally, which is like,
Poor Melissa. We gotta figure out what's wrong with you. Look me in the eyes, girl. Wow, have you gone dry?
Is she okay?
You mustn't break the link.
I understand. I know what's wrong with Melissa.
Yeah.
I know what's wrong with Melissa.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, where it's like oh my God, my name's Bill Squire, like that mixed with the, let me tell you something, you know. And
Yeah, because a lot of
time,
time, I mean, a lot of times if you're auditioning for like to do a voice, they'll be like, "What do you think this should sound like?"
yeah,
They don't always have an idea. I think you can find it on YouTube. Go back to the mid '90s, and when Steven Hillenburg was doing the first voice, he was trying to put voice with storyboards for like the first run through of SpongeBob, and to hear those early voices like Tom Kenny and Bill Fagerbakke and all those guys that were doing those early voices. Any cartoon, like you watch season 1 and they kind of haven't dialed in. You go back to The Simpsons, for God's sake.
Oh man, there's all over the place.
Yeah, he was still kind of doing Walter Matthau for Homer. Like, come here, boy, that thing. And,
Yeah.
I think it would be
it's pretty wild.
so much fun to be the voice of a cartoon. Like, just to be silly or even like a villain or something. I've always been interested in that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna take the lead that she gave me.
You
is
should.
It's a couple $100 bucks.
Yeah.
But she's like, you've probably spent $600 on stupider things. Like, throw some money at it. If you hate it, no big deal. But it's a skill.
Yeah. Yep. I wish my voiceover agent pitched me for cartoon stuff, but I don't know that I don't know. That'd be great.
My thing is that I'm like, I mean, I obviously don't know anything about it, but it's like, do they want you to come with ideas of what a cartoon should sound like? Or are they like, so for instance, The Simpsons, when they're like, okay, this is a stay-at-home housewife, we want her to be a little raspy, you know, a little this, or is it like, hey, what do you think this is what the cartoon looks like?
In my experience, usually
Put a voice to it.
they usually tell you.
Okay.
Yeah. But sometimes, you know, if they hear your voice and they go, well, try, you know, that's all those sessions are. Try it like this. Try it like this. That, of course, my character, Dr. Beauregard Tox, Bill. You remember him,
Oh,
right?
crap.
I don't know this character.
You don't remember Dr. Beauregard Tox? Hello. Yeah. My name, Bo Tox, was being stolen, so I would call in as
get
Dr.
it.
Beauregard Tox. He hasn't called in a long time.
I wonder why.
Oh, it's too bad.
But I mean, your Aussie mare, that's pretty good,
God,
you
it's
know?
I haven't been practicing. That's a hard one to do if you're not practicing.
Yeah, but also, I mean, once you shake the rust off, if somebody heard you and was like, hey, could you do this? You could, you know, take a little bit of time to figure it out and then get back and do it.
The best that I've ever had let me see if I can get back into it. Usually the words I use to get back into it are steak, beer, potato. I worked a weekend with Randy Feltface, who's a comedian. He's a puppet. And after that weekend, I had never had a better Australian accent.
Because he's Australian, right?
He's an Australian puppet, and it's so friggin' good. I wish it wasn't. I wanted to hate it when I'm like, this puppet guy's got 5 sold-out shows, and it was so funny. But he's Australian, so the whole time, the way he said my closest relationships are with the mates working at LaGuardia Airport, like the LaGuardia with the R.
LaGuardia, yeah.
LaGuardia Airport. Yeah, I've always liked doing voices. What if I get to be like the next My Little Pony?
It's good money, man. I mean, voiceover work is friggin' bloodthirsty. But now that everybody can just go buy a microphone and plug it into their laptop, you know, they have companies have the run of the place. Trouble is, AI is making serious inroads into the voiceover business just in general. Because companies are like, why are we going to F around with these agencies and these people and blah, blah, where we could just type words in and they come out of AI.
Because AI can't put feeling behind it.
They'll just say, AI more feeling, please, and then it will.
I was reading about how AI's coming for the nurses. And with varying results.
Well, they better be kinky like the nurses, too.
That's right.
When you're off the clock.
But Poundcake's mom may eventually get replaced by AI.
I don't think she cares very much. She's about to retire.
Well, and again, they're not talking about AI. They're talking about chatbots, right? I mean, the medical industry is salivating at the thought of firing people and just letting, especially the pandemic, when people weren't seeing. That's when telehealth blew up, right? Because you were having appointments on Zoom. So now there are companies that want to deploy like the AI nurse bots to have appointments with people, because the companies are like, we're not going to pay. This says an actual registered nurse $90 an hour. I guarantee they're not getting paid that much, probably half that. But if they're, if it costs them $9.
A registered nurse makes how much, you say?
This article says providers could soon simply purchase its nurse bots for less than $9 an hour, instead of paying an actual registered nurse $90 an hour. I'm like, I don't think they get paid that much.
I thought you
they
said
should, but
I thought you said 19. I was like,
no.
What?
They probably get paid half that, right?
Depends on experience. But
yeah.
There are some travel nurses. I fully believe that a travel nurse can make $90 an hour for sure.
I mean, I think something like this is probably awesome for companies that have like no healthcare infrastructure. It's probably great for that. But in this country, it's just healthcare companies looking to get rid of as many And plus, like, they haven't even worked the bugs out of this stuff yet. And now you're going to get medical information or advice from a nurse chatbot. Like, people were telling horror stories about their experiences with these AI nurse chatbots. And one of them was like, well, if you just starve yourself, you'll lose weight. Because that's
technically true.
Well, it is true, of course, but
it
I mean
goes to show you that everything that we grew up hearing is just full of crap. Like, most people got into the nursing industry, they didn't, not because they necessarily loved it, but they thought it was a job that will always be around. You're always going to need. That's what I always heard. You're always going to need nurses. You're always going to need healthcare.
Well, I mean,
workers.
you are going to need. They're talking about chatbots here, but you are going to need human nurses. Yeah,
that could be phased out by robots. Why can't it? Everything else can.
Well, no, they're not going to have robot nurses. I mean,
eventually they will.
I would say, but why wouldn't they? If every
and you can also probably have sex with them. It'd be your nurse and your sex robot all in one.
They already have like robots doing surgeries.
Yes, but that's different than AI chatbots on your iPad telling you, when you make a telehealth appointment. That's not what they're talking about. Robots doing surgery, and that's not a brand new development. I mean, But you're talking about robotic arms that normally a person is guiding those, by the way. Normally you have a medical professional that is working those.
I just don't feel like any industry is safe. They will have robot waiters because they can't find anybody to work the industry. So you'll have a robot waiter, you'll have a robot nurse, everything will be a robot.
Obviously, every technology advances. But if you've ever been to a restaurant that has a robot waiter, you go, oh, we're still so far away from this being a thing.
Yeah, but what about those conveyor belt restaurants where it just moves around?
Oh, we just went back to the one in Parma a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, see?
I think it's
Watami or whatever that's called. It's a good time.
I think it's cool, though.
But you still have a waitress who comes by, gets you drinks, right? I mean, you're picking the food off the conveyor belt, but...
The ones I've seen...
Only steps away.
My friend was staying in a hotel, and it had a robot bring him his room service. So that was pretty neat. He recorded it because he ordered a pizza and a Pepsi, and it knocked on the door, and it was just standing there, like with the pizza and the Pepsi.
Was it like a little R2D2 with a tray on? Yeah. Well,
It
yeah,
was so
that,
cool.
but that stuff is still like
I've had that since Flight of the Navigator.
That's very rudimentary, right? I mean, you can map it so it just hotels are like on a grid. There's big long halls and
I
then there's
get it, but,
elevators
like,
and so in that situation you go, yeah, why wouldn't we do this?
Same thing with the robot cops. Like they're patrolling Crocker Park now. Like now, granted,
No,
have
they
cameras.
removed that already.
They did? Why?
Yeah, because the kids were knocking it over and spray painting it, and yeah, of course,
Kids are dicks.
of course, I love it. You think the kids are they're gonna get behind the robot cop and kick it in the ass? And,
Respect that robot's authority.
that's
That's
right.
funny. I didn't know they were doing that. I thought it had like a camera, like a 360 camera. It could see.
It does.
Kids don't care.
But while if you're 180 from the 360 camera when it's facing the other way,
Also, like, what evasive skills does it have?
Right.
Like,
it's like a garbage can.
Yeah.
You're pushing it.
That's the sound of the police.
How you gonna make me feel sorry for a robot? Like it just gets bullied by these kids. They push it down and it can't move.
Its wheels are spinning.
Yeah, he's like, he's trying to get back up.
Yeah.
Unhand me.
So those are the kind of things that, they have to try it and see. I think that was more for surveillance, not for enforcement.
But it's still
That was,
intimidation. Intimidation too.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like
If there's
it's
a
more,
presence there.
surveillance is intimidation. Yeah. So they had a robot that were like, because they were instituting that curfew, right? If you're under 16 or whatever, you can't be by yourself. And so that to me sounds more like that's like for parking enforcement and things like that.
I love it. I love it. Because I was walking behind it, and here I was like, wow, this is like from the future. Because I was like filming it, but I was like, why am I filming this? There's no reason.
Dead or
But
alive, you are coming
I
with
thought
me.
it was cool. And here are these kids like, kick it. They just knock it over. They jump it. Like,
It's like pushing over a garbage can.
Yeah.
no, but it's a garbage can that can like see and move, and it's someone operating it. It's not
a
the
video
same thing.
camera, basically.
Yeah.
It's not a video camera though. They even put a little uniform on it. It's like painted like
But
a cop.
if you paint it like that, then
like a
you're
Weeble.
asking me to push it over. Like, it just looks so dumb.
I would be so concerned if I was walking on the other side of the street and a bunch of kids were like kicking something, like they're around in a circle and they're jumping, like, hey, leave it. Oh, it's a robot.
And what would keep a few of them from picking it up and running away with it?
It's heavy. I imagine it's heavy.
Well, then you get 6 kids to.
It's big. Like it's
Yeah.
the size of like a average man, and it just rolls down the sidewalk. And I was walking behind this thing, thinking it was just like so cool. I was like, only Crocker Park got money to do something like this. And of course, leave it to the little rich kids of Westlake to kick it over.
Oh yeah, they weren't going to dick around with that thing. It doesn't matter what generation you're in. Kids have been overturning the best laid plans of adults. That's their job.
Why can't it spray like ink or something so they know? Like,
Yeah, right. That'd be great. Yeah.
ink spray or like it'll tase you. Like,
Yeah.
they need to make
R2D2 had that little arm that came out and shocked people.
Yeah.
A little electric arm.
I say give it the Gatling guns, like at 209, and just let it just go to town.
It's law enforcement. It needs some type of spray. You get inked or skunked.
Inked or
Messing with it.
skunked.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
So you're the little, if you run past me and you're stinky, I'm like, hey, you were messing with that robot again, weren't you?
You got robot stank all over you.
Yeah.
Hello, Earth Boy. It's me, Short Circuit.
Just go away.
Beep, bop, boop. Beep, bop, boop.
All right, I got to take a break. Want to send me a text 35192? Want to